Hello everyone, welcome back to our concept art series. Today we're diving into the enchanting world of Dungeons & Dragons to reimagine Disney's Princess Aurora as a warlock with an archfey patron, none other than Maleficent herself. This is going to be an absolutely magical journey. I'm so glad that my patrons on Patreon chose Aurora as the first princess that we Dungeon and Disney-fied, and she's so cute. I love her design. The 50s were a really weird time for Disney, but I do think that her design is one of the stronger Disney princess designs to come from the early Disney period. So let's get into it. To start, we're going to envision Aurora as a warlock, drawing from her archfey patron, Maleficent. I thought that this was an appropriate patron, even though she lives with a couple of fairies almost her entire childhood. Maleficent is her godmother, and I wanted to draw on the Disney Maleficent movies as well, which provide Maleficent with a much better backstory, and really use that relationship that she and Aurora have in that movie to build the backbone of this character. I wanted to blend the elegance of her traditional 1950s Disney princess design with the classic Dungeons & Dragons witch, wizard, warlock elements as well. Incorporating Maleficent's signature aesthetic is key in this situation. When it comes to character design, you really want to be able to tell the entire story of the character in only a single image. Who is Aurora? Where does she get her magic from? What kind of magic is it? What kind of abilities does she have? All of these things have to be communicated effectively through the design. In order to create her outfit, I wanted to really focus on particularly the costume that she wore in the 1950s Disney film when she was living in the woods with her 3 fairy caretakers. I really liked the boots, I liked the corset, and I liked the simplicity of the outfit. It already kind of screams I'm going on a mystical adventure with my friends, and so what I needed to do was take that original design and then turn it into something that an adventurer could wear without getting completely destroyed by monsters. Along with this, I wanted to include some of Maleficent's designs into Aurora's as well to really showcase the fact that yes, Aurora is getting her magic from Maleficent. This was incorporated through specific elements such as the horns on top of Aurora's fun little witch hat and the feather capelet that is around her neck. I also wanted to include a couple of little Easter eggs in there as well, like the little roses on top of her hat. That's a nod to the name that her fairy caretakers give her, which is Briar Rose. I thought that it would also be pretty neat to name her weapon Briar Rose as well, and that comes a little bit later. This is really just the early ideation stage, and it's important to get a character silhouette that looks relatively easy to see, like if you were to put her in a cast of a bunch of different characters and kind of bury her in the background, would just the shape of her outfit stand out, and to also consider the narrative impact of everything that's going into the character as well. Slowly but surely she starts to come together, and I at this point focus in on one of the most important things about creating fantasy outfits for me, I think, and that's layering. I just want her to have a bunch of different layers on top of her, things that partially serve purpose and then partially are just aesthetically really cool, like leather armor. I've turned her corset in the original 1950s Disney design into actually like a leather chest piece, so that way if she's on the battlefield, she's not going to just get completely wrecked by whatever is coming at her. And I've also given her a couple of other armor pieces that are inspired by some reference images that I found online. So as we add more and more elements, she slowly starts to become more and more functional as a character, while still staying true to some of the original elements of design. I've also got open a bunch of concept art references from more modern Disney concept artists like those who worked on Frozen and Moana, so that I can also incorporate some of their really good shape design while also maintaining my own style in this artwork. And this is effectively just the beginning. By the end of this project, I want to have a completed character sheet for her with expressions, a color palette, her weapon, and much more. In the next part of this series, I'm going to dive deeper into finalizing Aurora's character design, crafting that weapon, and then adding the colors to bring her to life and really solidify the design, not only as a callback to her original character design from the movie, but also as this new Dungeons & Dragons character. I hope that you join me for the next part of this character creation. Let me know which Disney princess is your favorite and what class you'd think that they'd be in Dungeons & Dragons. I'm excited to continue to work on little projects like this, and who knows, maybe soon I will work on your favorite princess. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you hit that follow or subscribe button depending on the platform you're on. Give this video a like, and I hopefully will see you next time for part 2. Keep creating, let those magic juices flow. See you next time.